Today I'm showing you 6 rental flats in London that all come with a private garden or patio. Because let's be honest, in a big city like London, outdoor space is rare. But it's not impossible to find. Most people think renting in London means giving up on basic comfort, let alone perks like a garden. You're expected to settle for a tiny studio or a dodgy flat share, pay a premium for the bare minimum, and maybe, if you're lucky, get a window that opens. But having somewhere private to enjoy the summer, that's usually off the table. But the truth is, you don't have to choose between affordability and fresh air. After going through hundreds of listings, I found 6 properties that prove you can rent a place with a garden or a patio without sacrificing budget, location, or quality. In this video, I'm gonna break down each of these listings. I'll show you where they are, what they cost, and what you can get for your money. So if outdoor space is on your wish list, stick around. You might just find your next flat. I've spent years studying the London rental market, and now I'm sharing everything I've learned so you too can find your dream flat in London. Alright, let's dive in. This first flat is in South London, right between Clapham and Battersea in Zone 2. It's about 63 square meters or close to 700 square feet. And just look at this garden. It's hard to believe we're in the middle of London. It's surrounded by trees, it feels super private, and there is so much potential here. Imagine drinking your morning coffee outside, or having your meetings here when you're working from home. Now let's have a look inside. We have wooden floors, a lovely fireplace, built-in bookshelves, big windows, and there's even space for a dining table. The kitchen is bright and functional. There is a window, tons of storage, good counter space, a washing machine and a dishwasher. The only small trade-off is the fridge, it's only a small one. The main bedroom opens straight onto the garden, which is such a luxury in London. And it has loads of built-in wardrobes. There's also a second bedroom that's smaller but still perfect for a home office, guest bedroom, or even a mini home gym, why not? And again, it has built-in storage, which is always a bonus. In terms of transport, you've got options, but be aware that all stations are about a 20-minute walk away. There are buses nearby, but if you rely on the tube daily, this might be something to consider. It's advertised at £2,500 a month, so it's definitely not cheap. But it's not insanely expensive either for what you get. If outdoor space is high on your list and you're flexible on transport, this could be the dream setup. The perfect mix of space, privacy, charm, and a garden in Zone 2. If you want to take a closer look at this place, you'll find the full listing in my weekly newsletter. I always share the links there first, before the videos go live. It's free to join and the sign-up link is below. If you thought that garden was impressive, wait until you see the next one. It's got a setup that's honestly perfect for summer evenings, and it is an incredibly unique property in London. It's a 1-bedroom apartment just north of King's Cross, about a 10-minute walk from Caledonian Road Station in Zone 2. It's around 37 square meters or roughly 400 square feet. But the real star of the show is the garden. It's private, surrounded by trees, and there is enough space for a dining table, chairs, and even a hammock and a proper barbecue. Now let's look at the flat itself. If I were moving in, I'd probably rearrange the living room a bit. I would push the sofa against this wall to open up the space. The kitchen looks brand new, with lots of storage, a washing machine, and a little pass-through window that brings extra light and ventilation. The bathroom has a bathtub, which is always a win, and it is a decent size. The bedroom isn't huge, but it fits a double bed with bedside tables on both sides. And we can see trees from the window, which is a lot nicer than overlooking a busy road. There isn't loads of built-in storage in the main rooms, but there are several cupboards in the hallway. Now, having a private garden like this in North London, Zone 2, within walking distance of King's Cross, for £1,900 a month, that's incredibly rare. If outdoor space is high on your list, this is the kind of place that shows you don't have to sacrifice location or quality to get it. But flats like this go fast, so if this one catches your eye, it's definitely one to act on quickly. Okay, the next one is a totally different vibe. Smaller space, smaller budget, but still with private outdoor access and in a location that's hard to beat. We're in Kensington and we're looking at a spacious studio flat that's about 30 square meters or about 300 square feet. It's advertised at £1,650 a month. It's a 10-minute walk from not 1, not 2, but 3 underground stations. So location-wise, it's incredibly well connected. The flat itself is spotless. Every detail feels clean, modern, and thought through. Here's the main room. I really like that there is a clearly defined sleeping area, and with a curtain or screen, you could easily add even more separation. The living area fits a proper sofa and dining table, and it doesn't feel cramped. Then we've got the kitchen, which is honestly great for a studio. There's plenty of storage, a proper oven with extractor fan, and even a window, which helps with ventilation and makes it feel brighter. You can tell the materials are high quality. Even things like the tiled wall are well thought of, it's practical and easy to clean. The bathroom is small, but again, really well finished. Look at those tiles! And despite the compact size, they've managed to include decent storage, which is always a win. And finally, we have the outdoor space. Okay, it's not a garden like the last listing, but it's still a private patio, and it's big enough for your morning coffee or even dinner with a couple of friends. In Kensington, at this price, it's rare. This flat is smaller than the last one and has less outdoor space, but it's also in a much more expensive neighborhood and it's finished to a higher standard. So if you're willing to trade size for location and renovation quality, this could be the perfect place for you. And if value for money is your main priority, you're not going to believe how affordable this next 2-bedroom flat is, especially when you see the size of the terrace. We're now in North London, about a 14-minute walk from Cricklewood Station in Zone 3. This is a 2-bedroom flat with a private terrace and allocated parking space, all for £1,700 a month. The flat has a grey tone decor which is quite neutral, and while it's simple, there are a few standout features, like the fireplace or the semi-open plan kitchen that connects to the living room. And the kitchen honestly checks all the boxes. Storage, tick. Plenty of counter space, tick. Proper oven, stove and extractor fan, tick. Washing machine, tick. Window for natural light, tick. Full-size fridge, tick. The bathroom has a bathtub and storage, which is always a plus. And when it comes to the bedrooms, the main one opens directly onto the terrace. So it's super bright, but it still feels very private. Now, ideally, the terrace would be off the living room instead of the bedroom. But honestly, if the choice is terrace here or no terrace at all, I'll take it. We don't see much of the second bedroom, but it looks smaller. Probably best as a home office, guest room, or dressing space. And parking is included in the rent, which is almost unheard of at this price point. This flat is one of the best value for money options I've seen in London lately. A 2-bedroom with outdoor space and parking in a decent part of Zone 3 for £1,700 a month. That's the kind of listing that goes fast and shows you that good deals do exist in London if you know where to look. Okay, we've seen studios and flats, but what if I told you that the next one is actually a house right in the middle of Canary Wharf? We're about a 17-minute walk from the Canary Wharf Underground, and this property is listed at £1,950 a month. This is an end-terraced house spread across 2 levels, which already makes it stand out from the usual flats. On the ground floor, there is a bright living room with space for 2 sofas and windows on 2 sides, so plenty of light. The kitchen ticks many boxes. Size, washing machine, full oven and stove with extractor fan, a window, and I'm guessing behind these doors there is a full-size fridge. It looks like there are some extra bits of random furniture in one corner, so you'd want to figure out the best way to arrange them. The living room likely opens onto the patio. It's not as private as some of the gardens we've seen, since there are windows overlooking it. But it's still a great spot with a barbecue, chairs and a table, perfect for summer evenings. Upstairs, the bathroom is a good size with a bath and a window, so it's bright and airy. The bedroom has a built-in wardrobe, and the house comes with plenty of extra storage in the loft. There is also a bike shed on the side, and this is where dedicated parking included in the rent. What I really like about the house is the staircase, which gives the house some real character. At just under £2,000 a month, having a house with outdoor space and parking right in the heart of Canary Wharf is an amazing deal. That's something you don't come across every day. If you're loving this flat so far, just so you know, I've got a few more listings with gardens that didn't make it into the video. I've shared those in my newsletter, so make sure you subscribe if you want access to even more places. It's totally free and the link is below. Up next is the cheapest listing of today's selection. But don't worry, it still includes a nice outdoor area. This studio is in East London, about a 15-minute walk from Bow Road Station in Zone 2. And it's listed at £1,400 a month. It's essentially one big room, but it has potential. You could really make it feel more like a 1-bedroom with a few tweaks. For example, I'd move the wardrobe to the opposite side of the bed and put it sideways. This way, it acts as a divider between the sleeping area and the rest of the space. And there is a roof window, which might be tricky for sleeping if it doesn't have a cover. But you could hang a curtain around the bed to limit the brightness in the bedroom area. The kitchen looks decent. You've got a washing machine, a full-size fridge, and even a proper dining table, which is rare in studio flats. And then the bathroom. It's massive. There is a bath, extra drawers for storage, and still plenty of open space so it doesn't feel cramped. And here is its own private outdoor space. The photo doesn't do it justice, but it looks spacious enough. For this price in Zone 2, it's a big win. This flat might not be perfect as is, but with a few small adjustments, it could be a super functional cozy space that still gives you some room to breathe, inside and out. Now, a private garden in London is a real luxury, but how about a pool, a private gym or rooftop terrace? If you want to see more affordable flats with cool perks, you can watch this video next.